I used to watch golf on Channel 7 with Sandy Roberts. Yeah, old.
The great Sandy Roberts.
But it was like 9 o'clock in Perth. It was 9 o'clock. It was done by 3, but you then basically showed every golfer.
Yeah.
The Craig Parrys, Allenbys, Lonard. You got to meet and see, and they became cult heroes. Now, unless they're leading, you don't really know who they are.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, what we're trying to do with Tee It Up is give those up-and-coming tour pros a voice and somewhere to come and talk about their story. Like Ryan Peake, for an example. Like, I know you've known Peaky for a long time, but before all this stuff came out about him, I think in 2022 we spoke to him on the podcast when he was just starting to get back into golf. That led him, I don't, not taking any credit for it, but it sort of led him to get some more opportunities because more people knew about him and things like that. So we're just trying to champion that in what we're doing. Like, that's our whole purpose, is to just grow the game in Australia as much as we can. And we're missing out. Like, we've got probably 5 household names in golf.
Yep.
Cam Smith, Jason Day, maybe not so much anymore, Adam Scott, Mark Leishman, obviously, and Minwoo Lee. He's sort of that younger generation coming through. Apart from that, if you ask the average punter walking down, what is it, Murray Street here in Perth? That's where I'm staying. We'll go with that. Yeah. Name an Australian golfer, people would, the Windows 95, they'd stall and have to have a think about it. But so I guess we're in a position right now where the game's transitioning. The live golf stuff's been great for Australia. Like, we're benefiting the most, I think, nearly out of any country in the world from what live golf's doing. The Ripper team are trying to, engage the hearts and minds of Aussie golfers to get to Adelaide. You guys went and saw the Grange. I'm sure you'll be there next year for the whole week. Yes?
I hope so.
Well,
Yes.
we stupidly agreed that we would. So, yeah.
Good.
Not stupidly. Like,
You won't regret it. I've been to every one and it's getting bigger and better every
That's
year.
at Kionga, isn't it?
So, no, next year's at Grange and then the year after Kionga.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe
26.
2027's at Kionga.
27,
Yeah. So, look, Aussie golf, great. I think it's in a peachy spot with the talent we've got coming through, but it's just getting them out there more and getting them more exposure, because I did speak to Wade Ormsby on a podcast yesterday, who's just won on the Asian Tour. He's a veteran of the game. He's 45 years old, played on nearly every tour in the world. And he said, you've got to get out of Australia to make any money, to make meaningful money in golf, which is sad because back in the day, you used to have the Aussie swing. You'd have Jack Nicklaus come out. You'd have the Shark. You'd have Tiger Woods used to come and play the Aussie Open. Jordan Spieth was out here, 7 or 8 years ago. And we're just missing that. We're going to see it this year with Rory and Waco and all those guys coming out to play the Australian Open at Royal Melbourne. But I think we're in a bit of a reset. COVID sort of screwed us a bit too.
yeah.
It's a long-winded answer. I don't even know what you asked me.
But it's it's perfect, because
remember.
I listen to your podcast because I want to know about these.
You're the guy.
What do you mean?
Well, we've only got one bloke. I thought it was
I've
me.
commented on your YouTube every time.
Thanks, mate.
But it's because it's informative and it actually is about like Australian golf, and it's nice because you cover every aspect of it as well. Like, I just shouldn't say even the women's golf. Like, women's golf is
Mate,
talked
even
about
the
just as much.
Say even the women's golf, because they just get left for dead.
Yeah.
And Minjee Lee's a top 3 golfer in the world. We've won 2 of the 5 women's majors this year with Grace Kim and Minjee.
Yep.
Hannah Green's won a major, like Perth product. Like, the women are holding the bag, I guess, for Aussie golf right now.
Yep.
They're not affected by the live golf divide or anything as well, but they just don't get enough voice, and we're trying. It's really hard to get in touch with them because the WPGA doesn't have a heap of events that get a lot of airtime, and we're going to try and do that this summer.
Yeah.
What do you reckon it needs? Do you reckon it needs to go back to free to air?
Well, that'd help, but I don't, mate. How many, these days, social media and things like that. How much free to air TV do people watch on the Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
But that's what I said next week was on the podcast about watching the Kalgoorlie footage. I actually just turned it off because I was so keen to watch it because we'd just played it the week before. But like my wife was listening to it, she wasn't watching it. She's like, "How come I'm only just hearing like the same 3 names every time?" And it's frustrating. And we spoke about the answer. We know the reason why, but it's like one of those things. It's if Chopper just happens to go out there and do a live video the whole time and like walk through the field or something, it's like people would have seen more names, and it's just getting that exposure of all these people out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like, I think what they're doing with the TV coverage is as good as they can do with the money in the game. There's not enough money in the Aussie game, which baffles me because we're a very rich country. We've got a lot of big companies in Australia, and it's typically a wealthy game, golf. They used to do it. I don't see why someone hasn't come in and gone whooshka to the Aussie Tour and just said, hey, I'll pick you guys up for 2 or 3 years, build you back up, make it a destination. People will want to come and play. Like,